Oh no, it's your daily reminder that fat women are beautiful.
I know people gotta be upset. You spend your whole life trying not to be a fat bitch because you think it's like the worst thing in the world. And then you see a broad like me, just a big fucking behemoth, living my best life. That's just gotta hurt.
I'm gonna use these because I don't have those. Okay, wait, like actually though?
Who has seen Norbit?
Ma'am. What? Are you wearing bottoms? Of course I'm wearing bottoms.
I'm the white Rasputia.
Okay, come on in.
Do you know the muffin top, the muffin top, the muffin top? Do you know the muffin top that lives on Fupa Lane?
You know, sometimes you just gotta put your big girl pants on, tuck your shirt in. Who cares if your fupa's showing? Fucking rock that shit. You know, sometimes you just gotta put your big girl pants on, tuck your shirt in. Who cares if your fupa's showing? Fucking rock that shit.
Ha 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 ha. When does the Netflix special come out? Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, it's interesting that you've just assumed that I eat bad food because of
No,
my
I know. I'd love
size.
to know, because if you're really healthy, do you have any joint issues, or so you're completely?
I swim 2.5 kilometers a day. Yeah. I walk. I exercise all the time. I am in a synchronized swimming team, and I really resent the fact that I have to actually justify my existence.
It's the beginning of the year, and if I'm getting spammed with cleanse and detox content, I know you are. So this is your friendly reminder that they are completely unnecessary. Unless you have a medical issue, your body is fully capable of cleansing and detoxing itself. They are marketing gimmicks, and they foster unhealthy relationships with food. Do not waste your time. All of the benefits that you can get from a cleanse, you can get from actually just eating nutritious foods. So don't let anyone make you feel bad for not wanting to drink their nasty tea and shit your brains out for a week.
So that's fatphobic. It's fatphobic to say, wow, I made myself fatter, and then I took that filter off and I realized that, like, my body's not that bad. And a lot of people are excusing this as body dysmorphia, but we have to understand who's being hurt by this and who's being impacted by this. So what you're doing is you're showing my body as your before, right, as your reaction, and you're saying, oh, wow, I had to take a deep breath because thank God I don't look like that, right? So that's continuing fat phobia, continuing anti-fatness. It's not fat people crying like, oh my God, look what happened. It's a true statement that that is fat phobic.
Whenever I first heard the term echolalia, I called my roommate and I was like, I just heard this term echolalia, and he goes, echolalia, and I was like, yeah, so that's it, actually.
Let's talk about the formerly fat character trope, aka the flashback fatty. Hi, my name is Abby, and I'm the host of the podcast More Than Tracy Turnblad. I'm a plus-size actor, and I happen to be doing my solo show about it on Wednesday. Probably the most common examples of this trope are Fat Schmidt and Fat Monica from New Girl and Friends, respectively. And with both of these characters, we see their fat selves completely just treated as jokes, but also like bullied in horrifying ways. In fact, if an actual fat person were being bullied that much, I think even in the 90s or whenever, I really think that it would be treated as a tragedy and not a sitcom. But since we know the character is in a fat suit, that's the humor, and we'll let anything slide. Both Fat Schmidt and Fat Monica are food obsessed and rarely think or talk about anything else. They're also portrayed as very dumb and very naive. And yeah, they are younger versions, but I don't think it's a coincidence. Something that I do think is probably true to life is that the older versions of Schmidt and Monica are defined very much in opposition to their former fat selves. And so they look at their past selves as like almost completely separate people who, if they're not careful, they might turn back into. So much so that the current characters feel just like completely different people from their previous fat selves, which I think is how a lot of formerly fat people see their past self. Which makes sense because the characterizations we see of fatness in fat people are so stereotypical and narrow that they just don't even can't coalesce with a whole character or person. When we're thinking only in tropes, obviously a fat trope is going to be different than a not fat trope. Even if the not fat character's trope is supposedly a result of their prior fatness. I think that depicting characters this way does so much fucking damage because when we are separating the prior self from the current self, we are encouraging people not to see fat people as people. Obviously, the person who is not in the current timeline is going to be viewed as a little bit less of a person. And obviously, the person in the fat suit is going to be viewed as less of a real person. And obviously, the person whose entire character is just tired stereotypes is gonna feel like a two-dimensional caricature cutout. And that makes everybody see fat people in that way, especially because there's so little representation besides that. I talk a lot more about Fat Monica in my solo show, so if you're in New York, come to Good Judy in Brooklyn at 8 o'clock on Wednesday if you want to hear more.
Get ready with me to go to my brother's birthday lunch and rehearsal for the musical that I'm in. Hair is already done, makeup's already done, jewelry's on. It's just it's outfit time, so let's get into it. Okay, so we're starting off with a base, these cute leggings, a white tank top. I'm gonna layer on a white t-shirt on top of that. And it's cold here in New England, and so I have these really adorable knee/thigh high stockings that I'm gonna layer on top of these, and we'll see how it looks. So I'm gonna do kind of an unboxing while we're through on the t-shirt. These are from Snag Tights, and if you've never heard of them, I highly recommend them. Oh my god, so cute. Snag Tights is a hosiery company, so they make tights, opaque tights, fishnet tights, all different kinds of tights. These are new from their collection that I've seen. They are hand knit stockings, and they're already folded over and threaded. The thing is threaded through them. This is the color Raspberry Pie. It's adorable. I'm gonna open the window in just a minute so you guys can see the real color shine through. But I'm gonna get these on. Okay, so stockings are on. This is gonna be mostly the look. I'm gonna throw on a sweater. Okay, so I've added a sweater onto it. It picks up some of the paisley pattern. The t-shirt I liked, it just was a little too low, so I just tied it. Gave it a little knot for something interesting. But here's the look, all together. Thanks for joining me.